Okay, so on to the next one, the heavy cruiser. This ship is simply designed to shoot the enemy smaller ships, so it's going in trying to neutralise all of the torpedo threats. You can attach a torpedo launcher to this ship if you wanted, as it is getting in quite close. And you can also attach secondary guns to make shooting the smaller ships easier. But I'm just going to be using the 4x3 9-inch guns, as they're a good mix to be able to target any type of ship. So if we have a look, we can see how much tonnage it will take to add some deck launchers. So we can add a 4x deck launcher for 187. Increase its weight. There we go. Now it can aim everywhere. So if we wanted, we can add some torpedoes for a little bit of weight, and then just trim a little bit of speed off. So that's not necessarily a bad idea. If we increase that, so we can have a quick look just to see how much speed we'd need to take off. There we go. So if you wanted, we can drop 2.5 knots and take a torpedo threat of our own. So it's entirely up to you if you want to do that. I think we will try and do that now. Add in a couple more enemies just to make it interesting. And then see how we get on. So you'll basically just be avoiding torpedoes as you're advancing, and then trying to take out their torpedo ships. That's your primary role. But adding on that deck launcher just gives you that additional capability of being able to neutralise a larger ship quickly. So I'm going to be using these torpedoes sparingly. I'm not just going to fire them off willy-nilly. I'll only take the shot if I think that it will actually land. So with that in mind, I'll just turn it off immediately. So just like before with the battle cruiser, we'll be heading directly towards the enemy, getting into torpedo range, and then trying to just do some maneuvers to try and evade the torpedoes. It's always good to have a screening ship in your fleet, just to get the enemy to waste their torpedoes. That way they're not a threat to your larger ships, your battleships and such. Now if you have a look at the turning circle on this, it's absolutely crazy. Compared to the battleship, the battle cruiser, sorry, it's got incredible manoeuvrability. You can build a battle cruiser out to be more manoeuvrable, but it's not really designed for that role, so I don't see the point in forcing it to do that when you can just take a heavy cruiser which will do the job properly. And the heavy cruiser is designed for this role, so you would imagine it would be more cost efficient. As you can see, there's tons of torpedoes flying in at me, but because this ship is so manoeuvrable, highly unlikely, if you're paying attention, that you'll get caught off guard. So we don't want to get too close to them, just in case they've still got some torpedoes that they want to spit out. 3 times 4, 12. Looks like they've already spent all of theirs on their destroyer at the moment. They're reloading. He's got an absolute ton. 4 times 4, 16, so he's still got 8 that he hasn't shot. Two times 3, 6, so he's still got 3 on that one as well. So that light cruiser's a big threat. Try and take him out first. So I'm still not using my torpedoes at the moment, because I don't think that they'll land if I fire them from this distance, and I don't want to close the distance because their torpedoes are going to be a lot harder to evade. If we have a look at their heavy cruiser, 6 times 4, wow. That's a lot, 24, so he's still got 12 that he hasn't fired. And he's also got his underwater ones as well. I think we should try and take out this destroyer first before he reloads, and then I'll go in for a torpedo attack on their armoured cruiser. If their armoured cruiser does try and close the distance on me, he's only got 25 knots on this battle, so he won't be able to. But if he did have faster speed and tried to close the distance, then I'd be able to just turn my torpedoes on and scare him off. Okay, so it looks like he's very close to reloading. So I'm going to have to pay attention just for a moment. Make sure I don't get caught off guard, caught napping. But I'm gradually going to get closer, ready to use my own torpedoes. It's a large spread that's fired from his port side. Starboard side, sorry. Okay, so it looks like he's only got his port side launchers that are ready to fire, and then he's got front and back underwater. So I definitely don't want to get on his port side or on his front and rear. But I think now might be, oh there we go, didn't even need them. And now would have been a good time to activate your torpedo launchers at that range. So as you can see, that ship is incredibly good at dealing with the smaller enemy ships. It's really agile, it's got a lot of 9-inch guns which are really powerful against all of them 3 types of ships. And then it's got the torpedo threat for taking out a heavy cruiser if you need it, or to take out something larger. Okay, that'll do for that one. I'll move on to the light cruiser next. See you in the next video.